That's Heidi, the bed bug sniffing beagle, and her owner, Marty Overline. They'll be coming up in a few minutes to find out how Heidi and others like her could be a huge weapon in fighting bed bugs. Right now, though, we are talking with the experts about this recent bed bug outbreak. I'm Lynn Doyle, along with Jeffrey White, who's here with us. He is our resident bed bug expert, and Dr. Rob Danoff, who is our resident medical expert. We had a lot of questions for you guys. You're going to be the two most popular people I've had on the show in the last year. We were talking about bed bugs and how often they reproduce. What are some signs that people should be looking for if they think they have bed bugs in their home?
Areas you want to check are the bottom of the box spring. Those are areas of first infestation where these bugs typically go first, and the back of the headboard. And you want to look for the bugs themselves, or as gross as it is, that fecal spotting, you know, that black spotting they leave behind. A
lot of people are sending their kids off to college right now.
Sure.
Or maybe they're already there. Is that now going to be a big breeding ground for bed bugs?
You know, colleges are a lot like long-term stay hotels, you know, and they definitely can have a problem. Now, it's not about identifying what colleges have a problem, because they're all dealing with this at this point. It's just that they're dealing with it in an efficient and effective manner.
Okay, we do have a few more questions. One is for Dr. Rob, and it came in and it says, what if I'm pregnant and I find bed bugs either in my home or in a hotel? Am I at any particular risk?
You know, fortunately not. You know, again, thank goodness we have not seen any diseases with the bed bugs. However, it's the bites that can become infected. So if you get them, just see your doctor. We can give you some creams or lotions to help. The main thing is, again, identifying that they have the bed bugs and taking measures to try to get rid of them. If that even means relocating to another area for a little bit until we know that your area is safe and clear.
Okay, what about hospitals? You know, I mean, we've been talking a lot about hotels and dorm rooms and being on the road and that kind of thing, but a lot of people are in and out of hospitals. Are they taking any special precautions that you know of?
You know, that's a hugely great point, and hospitals are looking at this now. You know, if you wash linens and you dry them at a high heat, it does destroy or kill any of the bed bugs. The rooms are really looked at and disinfected in some points in between patients as a regular occurrence, so they do inspect.
All right, we talked a little bit before we took our first break about some of the products that are out there, but I did want to give Jeff an opportunity to tell us if there are any more. And another question that we have is about heat, whether heat really kills them or whether you should turn the air conditioning as cold as you can stand it.
Absolutely. Heat is definitely a great tool for these things. One thing we know about bed bugs is that they're susceptible to temperatures over 120 degrees. And once you get above that, the eggs and the bugs will die very quickly. And so we do use heat to control bed bugs, and it is a very effective tool if used properly.
Okay. Everybody's turning their heat up as we're heading into the winter. Well, now that we know the facts and fictions about bed bugs, let's talk about how it feels to have been victimized by them. It has a long-lasting impact on people, and we're learning that sometimes there's a social stigma as well. Camille Fortino had the unfortunate experience of finding bed bugs in her hotel room where she was staying while attending her daughter's graduation from college. She's joining us now with her story. Camille, good to have you here.
Thank you.
Does it just make your skin crawl to recount it?
It's changed the way I travel, everything. It's awful. How I look at things, where I sit, movie theaters, everywhere.
So tell me about your particular experience. How did you come to learn that you had bed bugs in your hotel room?
Well, it was in the middle of the night. I had booked 2 rooms in the hotel, and I woke up to use the bathroom, and I felt something on my back. And I just kind of kept touching it, and I pulled something off. And I looked, turned the light on, and it didn't look like a spider to me. So I literally freaked out. And I turned the light on, and there were bugs on the pillow, crawling on the bed. And then it was 2 double beds, so my husband slept in the other bed. And I woke him up, and there were bugs in his bed. And this was 3:30 in the morning.
So what did you do?
Well, I immediately showered, and Frankie collected, my husband collected the bugs in a cup.
Were they moving around?
They were bigger than I expected. So now I'm learning that these were adult-sized bugs. So I'm thinking, was this room infested for a while?
Probably.
Well, you know, we called the front desk, but it was a young guy at the front desk. He felt terrible, but what was he going to do? So I didn't sleep the whole night.
Did you ask to leave the room? I mean, I would have been in the lobby if I had to.
Yeah,
you actually stayed in the room?
I packed up the bag, but my kids were in the room next door. My children are adults. So I wasn't sure if I should wake them up if they had bed bugs. So I waited about an hour, and then I knocked on their door and went in, and I figured if there was anything, I would see it, because their room was black as night.
Right.
And there was nothing there. So I lifted their luggage off the floor, and just the next night I had to stay there also. So they moved us to another room. It was the presidential suite, which was very nice, but really didn't matter to me.
The bed bugs are just more presidential.
And then here, yeah, exactly. So I actually, yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, they're not discriminating, right?
No.
They'll pretty much go anywhere.
And you want to make sure when they move you to another room, you can take them to the next room on your suitcase, on your belongings, and so there should be some sort of protocol in place if they're gonna switch rooms.
Right.
Okay. Well, it's not just in hotel rooms. We're hearing about people being bitten in just about every venue you could imagine, including our caller who's joining us now on the phone. Dawn, it is? Dawn?
Yes, it's
Hi.
Dawn.
How are you? Good to have you with us.
Excuse me?
Good to have you with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So I understand that you had an experience with bed bugs. Where did you find them?
I found them on a movie. I got them from the armchair of a movie theater last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Even though I
hate
went
that.
in there with long sleeves on, I pulled my sleeves up and I came home with bed bug bites all over my arms.
So
And I thank God I did not bring them home. Tom didn't bring any of them home with him, and we have since combed through our house, and there's been nothing. But just the experience of knowing that I had a bed bug on me and biting me, it's gross beyond words.
is it difficult for you now to be comfortable in settings like a movie theater venue or someplace where there's been a lot of people?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It'll be a long day before I go into a movie theater again until this whole bed bug crisis clears up.
Right.
To have them on you and to know that you've been infected and bitten by them, it's just a feeling that I absolutely cannot describe.
Yeah, it gives you the heebie-jeebies. I don't know of a better word to describe it, and everyone can relate to it. So are you doing anything differently?
Am I doing anything differently?
Yeah, I mean, are you not going to the movies or out to dinner or staying in a hotel?
Absolutely not going to the movies. We'll not go to a movie theater until this whole bed bug epidemic is over.
Okay.
I worry about my mother and I are going to go see a Broadway play in October, and I'm worried to death about sitting in the seats in the Broadway play as well.
All right, well, we're going to have some advice on what you can do when you go out into these public venues. But Dawn, thanks for sharing your story. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. I'm seeing Camille shake her head vehemently when she's listening to Dawn's story, because you're saying that you have some repercussions from finding these bed bugs.
I absolutely do. We were in Italy 2 weeks after the graduation, or a month after, I'm sorry, and we stayed in 5 separate hotels. In every hotel, I stripped the bed. I lifted the mattress, and my husband thought I was insane. And he knew that his life was changed forever, because to wake up with them on you, and if I didn't get up, I probably would have been bitten terribly, because there were several in the bed.
These reactions are visceral, and yet they seem to be normal. I mean, most people, as Jeff said, look at their bed as being a sanctuary. So when it's no longer a sanctuary, it can really have a long-lasting effect on you.
The bite is the tip of the iceberg. Really, I've seen it affect people mentally. And for real, you just don't know. You're afraid to go to sleep at night. You always leave the lights on, and you check and you check and you check.
Okay, Dr. Rob Danoff, great to have you back with us.
Great to be here.
I have really missed seeing you. Camille, thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And Jeff, if there was one piece of advice that you give to people about bed bugs, what would it be?
Unfortunately, bed bugs are back and here to stay. And so saying I'm never going to go to the movies again may not be the right answer, because, as infestations grow, the chance for people to take them into those environments grows. And before you know it, you're not going to be going anywhere. So it's about knowing what to look for.
I'm ready to be a homebody. Well, thanks very much. So what do you do about getting rid of bed bugs once you have them? And what do you do to make sure that they don't follow you home? Well, we're going to have some more suggestions for you when we return. We're going to meet Heidi, who could be the secret weapon that we all need. Stay with us.